Hello friend, here is a new Victorise platform. Um, there's a bunch of new features, so some are still a bit experimental, but let me give you a tour. To start with, the um, URL is victorise.co, but you might need to refresh. It will redirect you to victorise video.tool.web.app. I will change the DNS soon, but for now it's kind of where this app is hosted. So I can sign in as usual, and that's kind of our new dashboard. As you can see, I have like some new feature that will show you fitness, fatigue, and form, kind of similar to what TrainingPeaks is doing. So it's like your CTL, ATL, and TSB, and you can see the evolution to times. We'll get back to that. I will show you can make training plans and for your fitness progress. Now, if I go into my runs, you'll see the new interface. So now you have a grouping feature, so you can group your different runs to easily organize. So I can create a new group here, for example, call it like session test. And now I can drag my new ride into this session. So now like this session, this one, or all. I can search for a specific run with the name. I can order with different feature, if it has video, if it has data, like newest, etc. So I will still refine that, but it's kind of easier to navigate to all your runs once you start to have a few. Now if you look at the run, difference is you have like you can organize your layout. So if you prefer maybe the graphic, the kind of graph to be at the top, or somewhere else, you can kind of organize it the way you want. So as before, you can navigate to the timeline and see where you are at different time. So you can see on the video right here. I can navigate to the map. So I can click here, maybe we can go see exactly in this turn, and we can see on the graph where you have this white bar exactly what it happened. So you see like some front brake right here, some rear brake, and kind of like the speed in purple here, slowing down. You can also choose to hide or display different metric to kind of create your own experience. Something else added. So currently, when I create this app, I think I use like the CSV from BrakeAce, but you can also add other type of metrics. So, for example, you may have like GPS coming from another platform, or maybe braking or suspension from different places. So, for example, let's say I want to use this, so I can just like drag this CSV. It's like I think it's a BrakeAce CSV, but it could be a GPX as well. And I can choose what I want to keep. So I want to keep, replace the elevation and the GPS data from the new. I keep everything else. And now I have like the new GPS for this map. So obviously it doesn't make as much sense because this GPS does not belong, but you can get from the same ride a variety of source. Like for example, you can have your BYB for your suspension data acquisition. We're going to add soon like support for suspension acquisition from like different vendors, or maybe we'll create our own system. So that's kind of an easy way um, to put multiple data together. When you bring more data, you can obviously save changes. It will save this run with like the new data you imported. I will show you how to create a new run. Go like this. There's like an import button, and so you can import from Strava or from BrakeAce. So let's, for example, try to import something from BrakeAce. So it takes a minute to load my ride. From there, maybe we'll try, I don't know, this one. All right, so I can also add some video. So I will just add like this video now, like this, and there we go. Now I have like my so obviously this video doesn't belong to this track, but just kind of to demonstrate what you can do. Same thing, you can create your own interface. I've also I forgot to mention that we have these comments feature, so allow you to add some comment some different places. So for example, I can come right here and I can say, I don't know, like, take a turn. And so you have your different comments at different places in your timeline, and so that's eventually something you can maybe share with a coach, with a teammate, with anybody else you want to give, you want to share your ride with like some comments about maybe some key section, maybe some annotation on the data at some specific location. The next thing I want to show you, we'll go quickly look at your profile, and I will show you that here you can connect to Strava or disconnect, obviously, connect to BrakeAce, as I will allow you to import your data. You can also like sync your activities for Strava, for example, and you can import like all your activity for last year, for example, or from your different duration. And it will allow you kind of to see what you've done in the past, to build like your profile, your training load, and all that. Yeah, I'm probably going to add also like support for maybe Garmin or for some other platform, so you can request if something really makes sense for you. I've also added a group feature, so it will allow you to create a group. I create like this group example, and you can invite friends to this group. It's a bit experimental, didn't test it really this much, but I will refine and we'll see if there's any problems. But you're welcome to start using and give me feedback if it's something useful for you. Finally, in the runs, I can also compare. So you can display your runs as a grid or as a list like this. And you can click select, and you have like this checkbox right here. So I can choose, for example, these two. If I select at least 2 or 3 runs, I can compare them. And so it will load this interface. That will allow me to navigate, through the interface and compare these 2 runs. I can see exactly what the user are doing at different time or at different location. If I look at the as a map. So still a bit experimental. I need to refine a little bit, but you can at least quickly see how long was the run, the speed, the distance. Look at the curve data. Uh, Same thing on the other interface. You can bring more data on it. You can compare the two video, place them side by side, and I'll have a little AI generated summary of like what's the key difference between these two runs. I will make this a bit better to look at more data and to give a more like in-depth comparison between the two rides, or eventually two rides, or as many you want to fit in your screen. I give you a quick sneak peek to the training feature. That's kind of new. So you can create a training plan. So you see it's kind of like your current evolution of your fitness, and you can dial like if you want to train maybe like 12 hours a week, you're going to see the simulation of how much more like load you're going to be able to achieve. You can select what are your preferred days. You can enter your FTP if you know it. Oh, not that much. If you have a power meter, if you have a heart rate available, if you're training for different goals. Currently, I just support endurance. Those are one that will come, and you have like different type of approach. So, kind of maybe the more popular, I like the recommended one, but there's also like some other one if you have more experience training, and you kind of want to have a more like maybe a pyramidal, like sweet spot type of training style. So the cool thing is like you can actually see like at some specific time what will be your fatigue or will be your fitness at different point. I'm also going to implement that I'll be able to take into consideration which like race you are coming, to make sure you inform at some specific time. So I will improve a bit this. Obviously, before you create the plan, you can preview the plan. Oh, I need to add a name, so I guess with my test plan. There we go. And so now you can see all my different sequence. Let's create the plan. And so now I can see, for example, for interval, it's going to look like this. So going to write at these different levels, little explanation of like the workout, and so you can go to that. All these workout are being created in your calendar. So now when it's loading, you can see you have your different workout are right here, and so you can see what you're supposed to do, and yeah, like following that. Same thing, we create like more integration with like Garmin or something like that, so you can export this workout to your unit, just to make it easier to use. I think that's all for now. I would really appreciate if you guys, are interested to give me feedback, to request maybe some feature, some feedback on what is currently going on. I'm just trying to build something that would be really useful for everybody. So really valuable to have feedback from people that we want to use it, or that idea of like, this platform could be more useful for them, for your performance analysis, for your training, and so on. Thank you. It was a long one. We'll talk with you later.